Everybody wave. That's the wrong. That's all wrong. Oh man. Here we go. Okay. Okay. We did it. Now everybody wave.
Oh.
I just kept clicking on the wrong overlay. And so it's like, oh, that was fun. That's fun. This is fun. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Roots of Ragnarok, episode 6. We're going to get started here. 2 of our cast members are out sick today, but the show must thus go on, and we will start and have everyone introduce themselves and their characters, and I need them to answer a very important question about their character: crunchy or creamy peanut butter? And we will start with Jen.
I'm Jen. I'll be playing Arissa Regina Courthop, the Orc Warlock, and she'd go crunchy. She'd like crunchy.
Cool.
Definitely crunchy.
I'm Woody Michi. I play Melody. She'd probably go with smooth peanut butter.
Very nice.
I'm Omega. I'll be playing Petra. No last name given. She'd be going creamy peanut butter because that is the only real option.
I also agree, and people think that it's wrong for me to like creamy peanut butter, but I don't eat butter for it to be crunchy. Anyway.
I think like crunchy peanut butter is a mood though. Like sometimes you need a little texture.
I think it's it's a mood, but I haven't been in that mood most of the 34 years that I've been on this planet. So
yeah,
there's
same.
Just get crumbled up honeycomb. Significantly better than crunchy peanut butter.
I'll take your word for it.
I'm pretentious.
See, I thought you meant the cereal for a hot second.
Oh, no, like the actual honeycomb.
Oh, okay, like actual honeycomb. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Honey's sweeter on honeycomb.
Anyway, hello everyone. My name is Val. This is my channel, and I am a dungeon master today. And as far as my NPCs go, Maxine is creamy, Gesso is crunchy, because of course he fucking is. Because he is an animal. Literally, he's a werebore. I'd like to remind everyone here that we are a viewer-effective game where you can affect your bits, subs, and donations. And I can understand today if nobody wants to do bits and subs today and just directly donate. And if you do the equivalent, so like $1, $2.50, $5, we will honor that in replacement of giving money to Twitch, because there are a lot of people participating in the blackout today. And understandable. Not this group, because we like D&D, and we got things to say and platforms to do. But for every 100 biddies / $1, you can give a luck point / reroll to anyone you see on the screen, including the Dungeon Master, for every subscription / $2.50 that you give as a for a subscription. Blah 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 blah. I swear to God, I'm awake. You can give a nat 1 or a nat 20, and then if you want to donate money straight up $5 or more, the level of stuff that you can make happen here can happen. Of course, at my viewer discretion. Like, I'm not going to do anything that clearly breaks any lines or veils for us and our cast members, and things that could feasibly be worked into the world. If your idea doesn't quite work, no worries, we can always come up with something else. That being said, I need to turn my fan on. It's summer, and we don't have AC in Vancouver, and I'm a little warm. Come on. So. Right. Okay. So, we left off last time. The group was enjoying a very pleasant breakfast prepared by Melody that morning in the kitchen of the Greymore Bend, which is the tavern in the city of Greymore. They were soon met by a halfling paladin, so it seems, by the name of Petra, who was here to investigate the murders that they were also here to investigate. And Petra decided, it's like, yep, I'm sticking with you guys because we seem to be looking into the same things. And so Petra joined the party, kind of exchanged some secrets or not. You met Maxine, who was the other halfling cleric that was running the funeral processions for these bodies. That being said, the thing that you guys did decide to investigate was a cow. There was a cow.
Not 100% sure why we did that, but we certainly did.
It did, and it definitely led you somewhere. The cow led you to a cave, and in that cave were several fox-like creatures, like giant foxes with multiple tails that ensued on top of. And before y'all even did that, y'all did find like a skeleton inside of the cave. You defeated the foxes, read this man's journal, and on your way out, heard a gasp, and there was a small child. Rissa did something to keep the child from running away, and that's sort of where the lot of you are at right now. Still in this cave, a little beaten up, because I don't think you guys rested yet, right?
No.
Right. So you guys are still in this cave, a bit beaten up. There is a child. She looks like she's about 9 years old. It's kind of hard to tell because she seems a bit malnourished. So she's a bit skinny and a bit small for her age. She is dressed pretty raggedy and is barefoot. And she stops and turns around, because what did you create that stopped her from leaving you guys and running away?
I just shot an eldritch blast in front of her.
You shot an eldritch blast in front of her,
Mm-hmm.
and she stops and she turns around and looks at you with big brown eyes and is shaking and whimpering in fear.
Stop bullying the small children. Well, normal-sized children, I presume. Either way, stop bullying the children.
To
Kindly.
be honest, I didn't know she was a child.
Serious?
Child, do you want food?
Yeah, I have a and she like goes to like her little belt, and you see like on her belt there is actually like a couple of dead squirrels tied by the tail, and she like grabs one and she holds it up to you. It's like, please don't eat me.
I only eat naughty children, and you are not naughty. As I take the squirrel.
I try
What?
not to be naughty, thanks.
Do you actually eat children?
We
No,
don't
that
question.
is barbaric.
It's like we don't
Okay.
question the things that come out of Marissa's mouth. Okay. Melody is just kind of kneel down and like stare at the child. Like, what made you want to come here?
You know what I don't have here? My fucking dice. For her to like roll to see things. Give me 2 seconds, yo. Let me get my dice.
I'll turn to Petra. Why do you think I would eat a child?
I don't know. You're already doing some pretty fucked up shit.
The fucked up shit I do is regards to our enemies, not a small child.
Well, I don't know who you consider enemies.
I will consider you an enemy shortly.
So rude.
No, this is tame.
I didn't say it wasn't tame. I just said it was rude.
No, rude is me putting salt in your coffee.
Also very rude. These things are not mutually exclusive.
All right. Okay. Okay. We have a notebook. We have dice, and we can do this.
I believe in you.
All
I
right.
just
So
feel like Arissa and Petra are gonna like fight one day.
right. Like just physically just fight each other, like fist fight.
I mean, Arissa could just scoop her up and throw her 100 feet.
It's true. So she's very, very hesitant to answer your question.
Okay, so Melody tries offering her some cookies.
She kind of like looks at the cookies and is like, "What's that?"
These are cookies, and she like puts it down on the floor and like takes a few steps back to like kind of give her space, you know, like not try to force her to like approach.
She just like looks over these cookies, a little confused. It looks like she has no idea what cookies are.
So Melody says, "They're a snack. You eat it. It's like a treat."
She reaches out her hand, takes one of the cookies, puts it in her mouth, bites down.
Oh,
Why does it taste like 1,000 apples?
it's supposed to be sweet.
Maybe she'll like your savory cookies.
Do you have a name, child?
I think she wants the squirrel.
My name is Achi.
Achi.
Yeah. What's your names?
Petra. Would you happen to have any family, parents, caregivers, anything like that anywhere nearby?
I live with my mommy
Where's your mother?
at the farm.
Where's the farm?
I'm not supposed to take anybody there.
So
Have you been missing a cow, perhaps?
That's Petunia.
Okay.
That's my cow.
Oh,
I left her by the cave because I had to go find stuff, but for snacks, and I found them, and she motions to her squirrels. But I come here, but there's no one to give snacks to anymore except you.
oh. Why do you why do you give snacks over here?
Mommy told me to.
Right. I see.
Huh.
What happens when you give snacks?
They
Oh.
eat the snacks.
Okay.
Everyone has to eat, right?
Yes, I agree 100%.
Okay.
You are so smart.
Yeah.
I think we should bring the snacks back home.
I mean, I
These are-
can, but you can't come home with me.
These are very dangerous woods. How about we escort you most of the way there?
Ha-
And then
Okay. I can
we
get. I can
leave you nearby your home.
roll persuasion.
well, we
Your mother was aware of what was in these caves, yes?
Foxes. Not persuaded.
No.
Well, we were on
Extremely
our
not
way
persuaded.
to bring Petunia home. So, what if you show us where we can bring Petunia, then technically you're not telling strangers where you live.
No, I am.
What if we stop and give you Petunia before you get home?
Well, Petunia's outside. I saw her. I'm gonna take Petunia home.
How
Melody
far
just looks at
away are
Arissa.
you? I'll just squat in front of her. Child,
Yeah.
how far did you have to travel?
I didn't have to take a nap to get here.
In which direction did you come from?
Roll persuasion.
How persuasive are we today?
She's pretty persuasive. Well, at least Arissa is. She's gonna point towards the, she'll point in a direction that is northish. Like northwestish.
And the town is to the north as well?
Northeast, yeah.
I'll just stand back up and look to the others. You know who else is at a farm?
Farmers in general. Could you get to the point?
Just stare down at Petra. There are wells deeper than you can stand in.
Most wells are deeper than I could stand in. Could you be more specific?
The one I plan to drop you in is specifically that height.
That's every well. You could drop me in any well you wish.
Good. Plenty to choose from.
Why are you dropping this kid in the well?
I'm not a child.
But
He's a paladin.
I do want to say Petra is a girl too. She's gonna look at Petra and just be like, "Did you not eat enough squirrels? Is that why you're not tall?"
No, I'm actually tall for my age, but you know, I'm not necessarily the particular type of creature you're used to encountering. I'm going to say.
You're a creature too?
Well, we're all creatures in a sense.
I'm not a creature. I'm a girl.
Okay.
We're just
Small
gonna ignore
child.
taxonomy for a moment.
Small child.
Uh-huh.
Give her some of my rations. Go
What-
back to your farm.
Okay. Bye. And she's gonna turn.
Also, I suggest larger
Huh?
creatures. They'll be, softer meat instead of, squirrels.
Squirrels
Squirrels
are
do-
Hershey's. They are good for the tummy.
Melody's just staring at both of them like, what are you telling this child?
Well, okay. Bye.
Before you go, is there anything else living with you at your farm? A new person, perhaps? A couple of new people? A young lady?
There's nobody new at my house, no. Just Mommy and Mommy is the only person living at my house.
What is your mother's name so we can write a letter of thanks for such a well-behaved child?
Mommy.
Melody
I don't know what you
Like
expected
that.
from that one.
She
Melody
is old
looks,
enough to know her adult's
Melody
name.
looks at her and she's just like, does anyone call your mommy by anything else?
Sometimes Uncle calls her sexy.
I see.
Does your uncle go by a name? Other than Uncle?
No, he's Uncle. That's what he tells me to call him.
Oh, you know what, sweetie?
Can I go?
I think you can go. I think we should follow her. You can go.
Yes, that is the plan, Melody. I was not gonna. But
Okay.
go. I put one of my scarves around her neck. Just stay warm.
Thank you. That's very nice. I will bye. And she goes out, and you hear like the cow go, "Mrrr," as she like, and the bell ring as she like gets the rope of her cow, and she starts to like walk in the direction that she told you her farm was in.
I sense that the child's mother has some less than holy magics.
I mean, she
think
could
we.
also
Just a
just be
guess.
really friendly.
Yep.
Um,
Mm,
Let's
so
not worry about it until we get there.
at this point, um, Mao and Tall, like very specifically Tall, will start retching. From the stench of the dead bodies in this cave, and he seems particularly pooped. And he's like, "You guys go. I think I need to go lay down. I don't feel so good." And Mao's like, "Okay, I guess I'll take you." And we'll catch up with you later after Tall stops being disgusting. And like
enjoy the nap.
she will because here's the thing. Mao is like 6 feet tall. Like she is not, and she chunky. Like she will just hoist Tall over her shoulders, like baby style, and walk him out of the cave to take him back to Greymore, which wasn't very far from you guys to begin with. But just send your familiar over when you find where this farm is, and they'll join you essentially. But yeah, so what do the other three of you do?
We're gonna follow the child.
Stealthily
Follow
follow?
the sound of ringing.
Yep,
Yes.
I'm gonna roll right now.
Mm-hmm. All right, very nice. Wow. Okay. For the most part, you guys, are like pretty quiet, but Arissa, at one point, because you are going through a powdered, snowy winter forest where a lot of the foliage is pretty dried out, you end up like stepping on a very large tree branch, and it cracks, and you hear probably about like 40 feet ahead of you, "Who's there?"
Just gotta go.
Everyone roll stealth again. Much better, guys. I'm very proud of you. Y'all, after a couple minutes of just being quiet, you sort of hear, "I guess it was a big squirrel, Petunia." And she, it's very strange because she's 9 and she should have, like, a better mental development than she does. But clearly she doesn't. Like, she's acting way younger than her age. And she continues on into the forest. You guys follow her pretty much for the rest of the day. She says that she doesn't have to nap between travel, because it just means that, like, she doesn't have to sleep to get to the cave to her farm. But it is past evening by the time the forest clears out a bit, and you guys see a fairly good-sized pasture with 2 buildings, the barn and the farmhouse, and the both looking pretty ramshackled. You see probably at the edge of the forest, Achi and her cow go inside the farmhouse. Like, she just straight up, like, walks her cow up the porch, and, like, brings her inside. What do y'all do?
I'm going to use my divine sense
Mm-hmm.
and see if there's any, fiends, undead, celestials, fae.
What is the range on
Actually, I
divine
don't think it's
sense?
Huh?
What's the range on
It's
divine
60 feet.
60 feet? And how long does it last?
It's an instant.
An instant? Okay.
Yeah.
So how close do you put your divine sense on? Because you guys are about 100 feet from the farmhouse and the barn in either direction, I would say.
Gotcha. I'd like to just
Get within
as
60
far away as I can be while still being able to sense both of the buildings.
Okay. Just roll one more stealth for me, please. Are you in heavy armor, by the way?
Yes.
So you are at disadvantage. Okay, that's what I thought. I gave you that nat 20, though, so we'll just pretend. Okay, 13's not bad.
Could be worse.
It could be worse. Okay. So, as you kind of, like, get forward and your divine sense goes off, sure enough, those undead senses are tingling. Does it let you know what direction that it's coming from?
Yeah, I believe it lets me know direction and type, but I didn't write it down because I'm dumb.
You can also just look it up and roll 20.
Yeah.
Just type divine sense. Where does it come from?
Yeah, the location
Okay.
and the
There
type.
are 3 zombies in the farmhouse cellar.
Well, looks like my guess was fairly accurate, friends.
Yep, there are 3 zombies in the farmhouse cellar.
We got 3 zombies.
What are the things that it lets you sense? Undead, celestial fiends.
It's celestial fiends and undead.
Celestial fiends and undead.
That's all.
Okay. Yep, you sense 3 undead in the cellar.
Welp. This is gonna be fun. Who wants to fight some of the undead? Honestly, sounds like a grand old time to me.
If you want me to fight, we need to rest.
I'm more curious about why they're there, not so much the fact that they're there.
Obviously, she's a collector of undead.
I mean, maybe.
Everybody needs a hobby.
That seems unlikely, but maybe a rest is prudent.
Good.
Just, we want to take a short rest in the edge of the forest, or?
Yeah, let's just sit on the inside the forest. But like behind the tree line, not at the tree line.
Yeah.
Sure. As you're like leaving, though, I do another stealth from you, Petra, because you had to
Clank.
clank. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. And you guys sort of make a little camp, like at the edge of the forest inside the tree line. I'm assuming keeping your eye out on the farmhouse. Um, go ahead and roll what you need to roll to do hit points, hit die. How long are you guys gonna do your short rest for?
An hour, I believe.
Yeah.
Because I need to
Dang, Petra. Like, them hit
She
die.
chunky.
I was like, I'm at max health,
You're
so
at max health.
yeah.
Do you have any, at your level, do you have anything that you can do at rest to kind of help bolster their healing as a bard?
Let's see. I can.
I don't know when Song of Rest starts. I don't think it's until like 6 or something.
I think it's a 6th level thing.
Yeah.
Like, I can do, I can use my bardic inspiration to magically create a small ale or a morsel of food.
That is right.
Yes, and that will heal according to what I roll plus my charisma.
Okay. If you have any bardic inspirations, because Orisa did not get as much, like, if you have any bardic inspirations left to do that.
I think I have
Oh.
one left because
I'm good on health.
Oh, okay.
I'm just
You're
one
good.
off my max.
Okay. Then
Yeah, I ended up exactly at my max.
Oh, okay. Very good.
cool.
Right. No need then. And whatever you guys also get, I know warlocks can have short rests and get their spell slots back, so that's really nice.
Mm-hmm.
But you guys rest for. You guys roll 2 hit dice each, so I'm gonna say you guys rest for about 2 hours. Before you are able to feel like a sprint, like you did kind of a little cat nap. It is dark. It is dark. So our halfling friend cannot see. Like, once again. But there is a, like, small lantern light in the window of this farmhouse. What do you guys do?
Let us smite the undead. Or, I mean, at least kill the undead.
You're always just gunning for fighting. Always.
We could just talk to her.
We should really destroy the undead. I feel as though near undead is not a great place for childhood development in any situation. At the very least, we should, remove the undead pest, if it happens to be a pest.
And if it's not a pest?
Well, then we're gonna have to kill more than the undead.
How about we find out more about the undead before we decide to go into a lot of fighting, because there's some of us who can only, do so much right now.
Okay. Yeah, Petra's just gonna start walking to the farmhouse.
Alright, and you know it's coming from, like, the cellar, right? That was the thing that you got for sure. So you go to the cellar door. Oh, go ahead and roll me an investigation. Well, not really, because you sensed the undead, so you knew exactly their direction, so you're able to find the cellar door just fine. It is locked. There is a chain and a padlock on it.
Can we find the child's mother?
I mean, you can look for the child's mother.
I'd like to look for the child's mother.
What are you looking for specifically?
I just want to ascertain the nature of this person.
Okay, but you're outside, inside of in the dark, in a yard.
Correct. I would like to be inside, is what I'm saying.
Okay, well then that's what you need to say.
Melody's gonna knock on the door.
Well, see, that makes sense.
To the house. She's gonna knock on the door to the house.
You hear the bell jingle, moo, like as the
Oh, it's
cow is woken up from her slumber.
oh, sorry, Petunia.
And there's kind of like a who's there?
Who are we again?
Uh,
Child, it is us. Open the door.
I told you not to come
No,
through
that-
here. You weren't supposed to come here.
can I try to lie?
Yeah, you can definitely try to lie. Roll a make a lie
Is
and
that-
then roll deception.
Okay, hold on. There's deception.
Or you can
Alright.
roll deception and then do the lie, and based on the numbers, see how good the lie is, and role play that out. It's a really good lie. It's a really good lie.
We're lost.
Need somewhere to stay for the night.
We are lost. Is this your home? Is this where you live?
Yeah, this is where
What a-
I live, and you see the
What a
you
coincidence.
see the door kind of open a little bit, and she like peeks her eyes out. There's like a chain, crudely fashioned on the inside, a chain lock, and she's like, "I'm not supposed to let anybody inside the house. You can sleep on the porch. Do you need a pillow?"
Where's your
pillow.
mother?
Why do you want to talk to mommy?
We just want to make sure that she's okay with us sleeping on the porch. That's all.
She's not.
Oh,
She doesn't like it when people come over.
I mean, we were lost. I'm so sorry, sweetie. We didn't know this
Where
was
are
your
you trying
home.
to go?
We're trying to find a friend of ours. He has some issues with his father. We're just trying to find him so we can, you know, family is important, as you know.
Yeah.
So we just want to make sure that he can be reunited with his father, because that's all his father wants
What
is
does
for
your
him to
friend
be
look
okay.
like?
Melody looks at herself. What does he look like? Because all Melody remembers is that he's very handsome.
I'll describe him.
Yeah. So Gesso is a fairly shortish man, so he's like 5'8". I say that as fairly shortish. He's human with shaggy, ash brown hair, brown eyes. Wears like this hide that is also like in the form of a boar that he puts a hood on, stuff like that. And after you describe that, she goes, "Oh, are you talking about Uncle?"
Melody's like, we sure are, sweetie.
Uncle
Arissa's
is
eyes narrow.
Uncle is your friend?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh.
I don't know.
Well, okay, hold on a second. And she's gonna close the door. And she takes about like 15 minutes before you hear her like scrambling, and she takes like the chain lock off, and she opens the door for you. You can come in because your uncle's friend, Mommy said.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Melody goes right into the house.
You should go back to sleep.
But Mommy said I had to make you tea.
That is
We
We,
don't
we can
drink
make our own
tea.
tea. We can make our own
But the
tea.
water's already boiled, see? And I have
let her do
this matcha to give you.
Oh, that's so delightful.
And I'm gonna put
Melody-
it in your water, and she's talking every single step of making the tea as she's making you the tea. I'm gonna make it like Uncle likes it because you're his friends.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Where's your mother?
It is a fairly smallish farmhouse on the inside, and there is the two doors that lead out of this kitchen area are significantly boarded up, with the exception of like enough for like Achi to like use as a crawl space like underneath between the two the two rooms. Mommy is in bed. She says be comfortable.
We will certainly make ourselves comfortable.
How does your mother leave her room, may I ask?
She can just leave. She crawls on her knees like I do.
Interesting. I assume an adult human would not be able to fit through that space.
Yeah, you can assume.
I give my tea to Petunia.
Petunia doesn't like tea. Petunia likes beer.
Oh,
Petunia's very smart and wise.
Sometimes Uncle brings her beer. Well, Uncle has his own beer, and then it spilled one time, and Petunia licked it up, and now she is a alcoholic. Alcoholic.
amazing. You know so much.
I try.
Okay, sweetie. Well, we're gonna drink the tea. You can get some rest, and we'll rest up, and we'll see you first thing in the morning.
Okay, and she goes and lays down on the cow
Oh,
in this room.
I'll sit down on the floor and ritually cast Find Familiar, and my pseudo dragon just pops up on my shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
This is nice.
Cool.
Melody looks at them like, what do you guys want? Like, she's like whispering, like, what do you guys want to do?
We'll sleep here, keep watch till Silver says we get stabbed.
Oh,
That seems reasonable to me.
I will
Well-
take first watch then.
Melody's gonna like cuddle up like between Arissa and Petra. Sleep there.
It is a cold, dark farmhouse. Like, alright, if you're gonna go ahead and take first watch, that is a perception check, please. Okay. With a 17, you hear a couple things. One, below you, you hear, like, almost like nails scratching against wood, like, of the bottom of the floor, underneath the floorboards. You hear that. You can roll an insight on that if you want to figure what that is. You probably know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely the zombies that are in the cellar that you are already aware of. But you also sort of hear, like, at one point, what almost sounds like an animal scampering on top of the roof.
Just listen for a bit, but I'll stay within the farmhouse, just listening, keeping an eye on my companions.
Okay. You
And
switch
this child and cow.
the child and the cow. Who do you wake up for the second watch?
I probably will wake up Melody because she has dark vision and she can
Okay.
trance and she's elvish, so figured she'd be fine in between.
Yeah, usually, like, the way that I kind of imagine half elves they sleep, but they just don't have to sleep as long as humans do because of their elfish nature. So that usually works out pretty well. So you wake up Melody. Do you point out the things that you heard?
Yes, I'll tell her about the zombie scratching at the floor and the animal on the roof.
Right. Melody just nods and takes over.
Alright, go ahead and roll perception for me, Melody.
Perception.
And you hear, obviously you hear the zombies because they were pointed out to you. But, like, as you're, like, listening for, like, any signs of, like, an animal on a roof or just, like, any animal noises, you can't hear anything.
It's fine. It'll make Melody feel better.
Yeah.
So she'll just, keep going until it's time to wake up Petra.
Okay. Petra, you awaken and you are probably informed of the things going on, and you now can roll perception for your watch.
Jal will be aiding Petra since it's nighttime,
cool.
and Jal can see.
Alright, so you will have advantage. Well, you'll be having normal because now it's like the assistant normal. So you have 11.
Yes. My nat 20s is actually an 18.
An 18, I know. It's
Very
adorable.
perceptive.
Very perceptive. And then with that, you're kind of looking around. You don't hear anything. But you're inside this farmhouse, and something like at the corner catches your eye. Almost like it was like you saw something kind of glow, and when you turn to look towards the door, you don't see it. And then essentially what's going to happen right now is, as you're looking that way, not up, that way, a tail kind of drops from the ceiling and swishes in front of your face, and then another tail, and 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 another tail. As you look
Y'all
up,
just hiss.
as you look up, and in the rafters, you see a 9-tailed fox hissing down at you, and is going to get a surprise round on you, and Jal, and everyone else. And I need you to roll me a wisdom saving throw, please. For both of you. For Jal and Petra.
Wisdom saving throw.
Ah, no.
What did Jal want? 5. Jal's not very wise.
Jal's a fake creature though, isn't he?
Yeah.
Can he be put to sleep?
I don't think so. If you say... It doesn't say anything about it, so... Your call. He's advantage against spells and other magical effects, and he has advantage on perception.
So he does. I would say he definitely has advantage on this, but it's still an 11. So both Jal and Petra fall asleep to this 9-tailed fox's sleep gaze. And the two that are sleeping, roll me perception at disadvantage, please.
Okay. Perception. 8.
7. Okay. You guys have no fucking idea what's going on. You just figured that, Petra just, You heard some clanging kind of in your sleep, but that's normal because Petra's covered in fucking armor. So, instead, the lot of you wake up the next morning, hands bound, above your head, hanging, and legs bound, from inside of the cellar. You open your eyes to and you look in front of you, and there's those 3 zombies, also shackled and chained, like, to the, to the ceiling, and dangling there. So the 3 of you have been captured. Because your perceptions were a little rough on that one. And you sort of hear a very sultry, feminine voice. Jusso never told me he had friends. And kind of like walking out of the shadows is a woman. A very busty woman with hair the color of fire and silver, pointed ears, whiskers, whisker marks on her face, kind of Naruto style. Petra, you can assume that she is probably the fox that you saw way before you were passed out.
Good morning to you too. This is not usually how I treat guests, though I guess some guests might be treated this way.
Melody just stares and then all of a sudden like clicks in her head. She's like, "Oh, you're the sexy lady that Uncle keeps referring to."
He thinks I'm sexy.
Serious?
Married?
Arisa, not now.
She sort of like tilts her head towards the zombies and goes, I was at one point.
Oh. Were they messed up? Sometimes guys can be pretty messed up.
It wasn't that they were messed up. My husband, this is his payment for the blessing that was bestowed upon our family.
Oh.
So are we suspended above the ground?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Petra higher than everyone else. Your armor has also been taken off of you. Because it's really hard to manipulate armor and hanging. Mm-hmm.
So, Melody doesn't even seem phased. I think she's probably been in, unfortunately, a similar situation before in her life. From her adventures on her own. But so she's just kind of rolling with it right now.
All right.
So she's like, oh, wait, a blessing? What blessing? Is it to be beautiful forever? Girl, I need to know.
No. Roll persuasion.
Okay.
My daughter was the blessing.
Oh, she's cute.
Yes.
She is quite adorable.
She takes after her father.
Is that a good or bad thing?
Who is her father exactly?
One of the zombies. Is that a good or bad thing?
Her mouth.
I suspect it's not one of the zombies. Is the problem?
Widely, her mouth grins widely at that question with like her teeth pointing, and her whisker scars kind of seem to pop out as if it's like you're. She goes, "The lord of this domain, of course."
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh.
How securely we tied?
Make an investigation check on that. It is tight-ish. Like, she clearly wants to keep you secure, but you also kind of get the feeling that she couldn't have done this by herself.
She is not the type to have good rope skills.
Exactly.
Put that in the note for potential
It
lives.
is secure, but not in an impossible feat, sort of thing. Now, I have a question for all of you. How do you know Gesso?
Yes.
If you are a friend of Jesso's, are you a friend of the Lord of this domain?
I slept with Gesso, and he's my husband.
Melody's face just kind of goes like pale. She's like, she goes, well, for me, per se, I don't, I haven't really been able to interact too much with Jesso, but you can definitely say that we are not friends. Uh, um, we're on a good, friendly, I'd say. I'm practically like a sister to Jesso. Would probably be the best way to put it.
Roll deception on that. And as you do that, like, she's gonna look over at you, Orissa, and up you down. I suppose you'll be too old by the time that Achi is old enough for her marriage to Jesso. So it's acceptable for now. Did he not tell you that he was betrothed?
Did not.
Brother is so silly like that, you know?
It's very typical. Jesus Christ, a 23 on your deception. She's gonna, like, lean into you, Melody, like, into your neck and take a big, deep whiff. And he's like, you claim to be sibling-like, yet none of you carry Malar's curse. Is that... Excuse me. I'm gonna rephrase that and retcon it. Malar's mark. Is that why you have sought me out?
Melody's just like, yes, because for some reason brother won't guide me. And so I've been looking for him. Family is very important. I've been looking, and somehow we've come here, and I guess it just must be Malar's guidance.
It's another fucking deception roll, please.
Dude! Dang it! Wait! Can I use my nat 20?
You have one, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. If it's there, absolutely use it.
Leverage that situation. Let's go.
Nope, that is an appropriate... I like it when you use your nat 20s for... You have 3 of them. Oh my god. Like, now you have 2. I also have 3 nat 1s to impose, just to let you guys know. I also have 2 rerolls to use on myself. She will lean back, and she's like, it isn't an easy mark to accomplish. You will lose yourself in almost a year's time. And you must consume the livers of 100 men in order to achieve, and she motions to herself. Is that
Hot
something
babeness.
Huh?
Hot babeness, got it.
Is that something that you are... a challenge that you are willing to partake? And if that's the
Why
case,
the liver specifically? Is there some sort of metaphorical significance that I'm missing here? Or is it just the iron?
it's probably the iron.
Iron's very good.
Iron is incredibly good for you. It is the component to the as part of the transformation and the magic of our Lord.
100 minutes, nothing to an orcish person.
Okay,
Who would
your
like to
lord.
Who would like to go first?
Melody looks at the group like, you all better save me. And she'll just be like,
None of
um,
us.
she'll look at them like trying to convey like, I'm buying you guys time. And she's like, I want to be like brother, and so I think I'll be the first.
Very well. And
Uh,
she will.
Petra is going to try and like straight up break through the bonds.
Okay.
Just trying to straight up break the rope.
Yeah, as
Um,
like the way that I imagine it, like she's going essentially to place her hands on Melody's shoulders, um, begin to bare her fangs, and lean in for a bite as you attempt to break out of your bonds.
is that just straight strength or
Yeah,
athletics?
that is if you're proficient in athletics, I'll let you do do it. Okay. Yeah, as you
Do I have? Do, do I have any rerolls or any of that, or is that already
you should
successful?
be a 14 is fine.
Oh, okay.
Like these weren't the best knots to begin with, right? So you kind of like as you're sitting up, you're gonna. How do you imagine yourself like breaking through these ropes?
So all the while this talking has happened, Petra has started to try and fiddle with the knot.
Mm-hmm.
And when she feels like she's gotten it untied enough, she's going to just like very suddenly rip through the rest of the rope
Mm-hmm.
and, fall very unceremoniously to the ground.
Okay.
And then immediately go to tackle Fox Lady.
Cool. As soon as you fall to the ground, like she obviously like lets go of Melody, and like turns to like hiss at you, and go ahead and do a grapple check, because this is a surprise on your end. So, go ahead and do a grapple.
That's just a strength attack roll, right? Right.
24. Did I?
Ah, that'll do.
lose? Yeah. Alright. And it's opposing. And yeah, no, you tackle her and wrestle her to the ground.
Okay, so am either I or her armed with any sort of sharp device that could be used to cut some ropes?
She had, like, real quick, roll investigation, and we'll say that this is, well, actually, two things. Let's go ahead and do initiative between everyone right now, so it's an initiative thing now that the surprise is done. And then we'll go according to initiative on how you guys want to act. So, Melody, Petra, and then...
Oh, I need to select a token.
It's okay, I'm writing them down. It's fine. Arissa. Okay.
Oh.
So, it's actually...
Did we long rest technically, or no?
Yeah, technically you would have long rested.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure I reset my slots.
And then Jaw, right?
Petra would have gotten at least 2 long rests.
Yeah, you guys are long rested easily. And then Petra. And then Arissa. Melody and Jaw. Okay, Mama rolled a 17, so she's first. She is prone, we'll say that, because you knocked her down and straddled her. And yes, she does have a sharp object, because she's going to pull out a scimitar. And she is prone, so she's attacking at disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Misses you. And now it's your turn.
Okay. I would like to remove the scimitar from her.
Okay. That's an opposing strength check.
Indeed.
She can't, even at a nat 20, get that high on her strength check, so you are able to wrestle the scimitar out of her. That is an action. Do you have a bonus action?
No, I do not. I'll be needing this for a moment. I won't be giving it back. I'll just be needing this.
She hisses at you. Orissa, do you have anything you can do?
I can't do hand motions with my hand, I assume.
Correct.
Yes. Okay.
I could actually, depending on the hand motions, I could argue a dex check for one, depending on what you're doing, or for some, because it's not like, kind of like imagine like you're like this, so you can somehow do it. Yeah.
Yeah, I will probably try. How close is Melody next to me?
Right next to you.
Right next to me. Then I won't do that. Because that would hurt. I'll just kind of motion up to my bond and do an Eldritch Blast to free myself.
Okay, go ahead. And the Eldritch Blast is a
Cantrip.
It's a cantrip.
Somatic.
Does it have somatic to it?
Mm.
Okay, go ahead and roll a dex check to see if it works real quick. Just a 15.
Dex check. No.
You can't get it. You can't get that Eldritch Blast off just yet. Like the ropes are just a little bit too tight for you to do the proper motion for it. Melody, it is your turn.
It's just rope, right? Like it's not like chains or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just rope.
It's just rope.
I'm going to use Mage Hand to untie me.
So
Is that possible? I'm reading over it. Hold on.
yeah, let's see what Mage Hand, if it requires a somatic component. Like, let's see what Mage Hand can do.
It's a VS.
Yeah. So it does require hand motions.
Mm-hmm. So, like, it's same thing for you. You just have to roll a dex check to see if you can get the spell off.
Okay.
No.
Did I hit the wrong? I was like, no.
Like, poof. That's an action. Do you have any bonus actions?
No.
You can't inspire somebody.
Yeah, I'll inspire Petra.
Okay.
So Melody's just like, kind of like panic singing. So she's like trying to like do the thing, and she's like, it's not happening. She's like, oh Petra, you're doing fine. Everything is going all right. She's like trying her best.
Ursa, you try to summon Jal, but you get the feeling he's not in his pocket dimension to be popped out.
Right.
He was put to sleep, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I figured, but since he's already out, I assume he's somewhere?
He was killed again. like when you guys were asleep, is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
realize
Because it's
he
just
was
like,
dead, then
oh, like
I
that's...
wouldn't have rolled for him if I thought he was alive.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. I was, like, I thought about it, like, during initiative, and I was like, oh, I'll just, because that was rolled, put it down. Okay, it's Mama's turn. Petra, she is going to use her action underneath you to transform into a fox.
Not my thing. Lady.
Like, and
Stick to the human.
yeah, she's gonna transform into a fox, and then try to get out of your grasp with her movement. So it's another opposing strength check. She does not manage to wiggle out from beneath you. She's sort of able to, like, turn around a little bit and begin the motion of moving out, but she is not able to get out of your grasp because you are stronger than her. Alright, Petra.
Okay. We're cutting down Arissa and Melody.
Okay.
That's the first step here.
Okay.
Is that a full action or?
Yeah, because it'll technically be 2 attack rolls. I'll let you do one. It'll be 1 action for each person.
Gotcha. So yeah, cutting down Arissa first.
Okay.
Should I just make the attack roll, or is it automatically
I just
hit?
want you to not nat 1 to see if you caught Arissa.
Okay.
Okay, good. Arissa, you are cut free. You land. Your ankles are still bound, but you land with, because you're pretty tall, so you land with general ease onto the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any bonus actions that you'd like to do, Petra?
Do I have any bonus actions? Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Shield of Faith.
Excellent.
Yes.
Shield of Faith.
That is all.
Arissa, it's your turn.
Alright. Free my feet.
Mm-hmm.
Free my feet. And is that a full action?
If it's on yourself, no. Like if you're if you're going to like free someone else, I'll count this as your bonus action.
Cool.
It's kind of like the same thing with potions. If you do it yourself, it's a bonus. If you give it to another person, it's a full action. Yeah. So you're able to bonus action for your feet.
Just reading the spell over. Think I have to pull out a dagger and use the action to cast it.
Okay.
So as I pull out my dagger, I get up close to her and cast Booming Blade on it. So when she moves out of my melee,
yeah. You do miss with a 7, so I don't think.
Oh no, that's just to cast. It's so you could read
the
it.
spell doesn't go off if you don't hit the person.
Yeah,
with the attack. Even the
since it would be an action to use my dagger, because I don't have a double action.
Right. So, the way that I've always like interpreted Booming Blade, because I use it a lot for my wizard.
Mm-hmm.
If it doesn't hit, the spell doesn't go off. Like you still have to make the attack, and the attack still has to hit for the spell to go off, and that includes the movement part of that. So you miss it, so the spell does not go off. It's all part of like the same action, the attack and the spell.
Okay. So
which is why you can't do 2 attack rolls, because the spell is the attack roll. That makes sense.
Okay.
When you do Booming Blade.
So should I hit with my dagger or should I hit with the spell, because they're 2 different, or should I make the dagger on top of it?
Well, you rolled a 7.
For the spell, it's rolling off my spell DC,
Okay.
not my dagger DC.
Okay, then what is your dagger attack DC? Because you should be hitting with your attack DC, and if it hits, the spell goes off. That's how that works.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I just put it up there so you could read it, because that's how I like to see it. So the dagger is a 15 to hit.
Okay, the 15 at where she's at. Where's her sheet? Oh, I took my antidepressants last night, so my pupils are really dilated, so I have to look like to read this shit. Okay, her AC is a 15, so you do hit.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll the dagger damage and the first level of the thunder damage with Booming Blade, and if she moves, she takes more damage.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so 6 piercing, and then the other damage.
Thunder if she moves.
Alright, so 12 damage in total. And if she moves, she takes an additional damage. That's the way that I've interpreted it as.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So... Okay, cool. That is Arissa's turn. Melody, you're up.
I mean, I'm still trying to wiggle my way to freedom. Uh,
Yeah?
uh, can I try to do the mage hand again?
Yep.
All right. and
Petra
that's
is
6.
planning on, like, you can hold your action until Petra cuts you down, if you would like.
Oh, yeah, because there's an ability that I'd like to use,
Mm-hmm.
but I can't use it unless I'm cut down.
Yeah. If you... If it's an attack action, it's an attack action. If it's, a spell that costs a spell slot and and it doesn't get triggered, the spell slot is wasted, just to let you know that.
Oh.
But you have the trigger 4 rounds until it's triggered. So are you gonna hold your action?
Yeah, I'll hold my action. Do you want me to tell you what it is though?
Yes.
Or okay, so essentially once Melody gets cut down, she is going to touch Petra and do an enhance ability, giving Petra bull strength.
Okay. Very nice. It is Mama's turn. She's gonna use half her movement to stand up. Because she was still prone. She will take the thunder damage. As she disengages.
Okay.
And moves the rest of her feet out of the cellar. So that's 20 feet out. So go ahead and roll thunder damage again.
6.
Okay, nice. And she's going to get 20 feet out of this cellar. She's running.
All right.
Yeah, Petra.
So I'm going to start by cutting down Melody.
There you go. Melody, you cast Enhance ability. Cool.
Yep. Giving bull strength, which gives Petra advantage on strength checks.
Okay.
And
Does it do anything else?
you can carry double your capacity.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
You can literally carry both of your companions if you wanted. Like...
That is
Yeah.
correct.
Yeah.
So the next step is going to be to try and run after Mama and get most of the way there. I'm a halfling.
It's true. She...
Fast.
Yeah, you are
Without the mobility feat.
just out of range of her, because you did have to move, and then go back. So you were just out of range of her. Arissa, it is your turn.
All right. I'll get up to where I can see her.
At the
Wherever
top of the
she
cellar
is.
stairs to the outside. Yeah.
She'll need to make a wisdom saving throw as I cast Mind Spike on her.
Okay.
Ooh,
She gets advantage on this.
spiky.
Spiky.
And she's a fox now, right? Or is she still a
Yeah,
person?
she is a fox.
The DC is 13.
13. Oh, she makes it. She rolled
Okay.
she rolled a 23.
So she takes half of the psychic damage. But I don't know where she is, so that's the part of the spell I wanted.
Gotcha. Alright. Melody. Unless you have a bonus action.
Not with that spell, no.
Okay. Melody.
Melody is just gonna run.
You
Run
can,
after her.
You can
Scream.
get to her with all your
Okay.
speed. Yeah.
Cool. So she's gonna run.
Hisses at you.
And is like screaming like, wait, hold on, this is all wrong. Like, please, like, can we just talk about this? She's like kind of panicking. She's
Yeah.
not gonna try and tackle her though, but she's running. Because I'm assuming she took away her weapons too. So Mel.
Yeah, if you had like a dagger that was hitting on you or at your side, like you probably have it because Orisa had the dagger. It's just like very obvious large weapons
Yeah.
weren't taking off. Like if you, especially if you were wearing armor, you probably didn't sleep in your armor to begin with, or sleep in your with your weapons to begin with. So if you didn't sleep with a dagger like Orisa did, then it was most likely taken off of you.
Yeah,
And then
probably.
Petra's armor was taken off of her because she was there in armor.
Yeah, so Melody's just like running after her, like begging to like just
Mhm.
talk about things. I don't know if you want me to like roll something for that, but
I mean, you can roll a persuasion.
okay.
Also, Petra is basically wearing a onesie under her armor.
Oh, so
Are
cute.
you wearing like little long johns?
Basically, yeah.
Is that your underwear?
Okay, so yeah, so Melody is running and trying to persuade her to like let's talk about things, like let's not be like this.
It is a disadvantage on this persuasion check because y'all fucking attacked her. After
I technically did it.
Yeah.
I have done no damage to her, let's be clear. All I did was escape and disarm her.
Which is still hostile.
I have been very
Yeah,
kind.
but go ahead and roll persuasion at disadvantage, please.
Oh, I was like, so I have to roll again?
Yeah, you only rolled it.
Okay.
I don't. Did you roll it and I not see it?
Yeah, it's right here.
Oh.
Oh yeah, it's a
I
19.
see. I'm sorry. I don't see it. Like
It's
there's
okay.
no persuasion. Like there's nothing. I see mind
What?
spike is the last thing I
I
see.
was like, mine says 19,
see a 19.
27.
Yeah.
A what?
18.
Oh,
An
I
18,
see.
27.
Like roll 20. Kind of crapped out on me for a 19 and 27. Okay, 19. She kind of like turns and looks at you, like her tail's flaring up and like her eyes sort of like glowing blue with this fire melody. And she's like, you claim to talk and yet you become hostile to me when I bestow a gift upon you? What kind of
Melody.
games are you playing with me, elf?
Melody like she puts her hands up and just kind of like sits down to show like she's not gonna do anything. She's she's like, I'm not trying to play any games. Can we just talk? This is in regards to you and Achi. I don't even know I keep trying to. To me, I keep calling you sexy mommy. It's not right because you didn't give me your name. But like, this is that's all I can call you right now. So please, sexy mommy. Can
I'll
we
just look over to Melody, and I have problems.
She didn't give us a name.
She
Can
didn't.
we? So she's just like, can we please talk? You see, I am unarmed. Thanks to you, but like, we can talk about this. All right.
Call off your guard dogs, elf.
Melody like looks at everyone like,
Stay within the
calm down.
cellar, the two of you. Only she and I will speak.
Okay.
Can you tell me where my armor is? It's
No.
very cold out here.
That's why you should
Can we
go
at
in
least-
the cellar. The zombies will keep you warm. Their breath
Oh.
is putrid.
Oh God. Can we at least get a blanket for Petra? As you can see, she's quite small.
Inside the cellar if you wish to talk.
Okay. But no ropes this time.
I mean, I don't object to ropes. I just would rather they be. Never mind.
Do y'all comply, the two of you, and go and hang out in the cellar with the zombies?
Yeah, I'll just put my dagger away and go sit down where we were, like under where we were tied up, and just kind of meditate there.
Okay.
I'm
I'm
sure
gonna-
they can like peek out to see if I need help or not at least.
Look around for my armor. I really would like
Petra
it back.
feels so vulnerable right now.
It's not in this room. It's not in the cellar.
In her onesie.
I don't have normal clothes on me. I left those back in town. They're still in the hotel.
You're concerningly halfling.
I didn't expect to be captured.
You're a paladin, no?
Exactly.
It's a fair point.
You'll be fine. Your god is with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
We will need to talk.
I mean, you guys are in the cellar by yourselves. If you want to have a conversation right now, I'm up for it. Like, it still happens.
Also, this sword is really unbalanced. Let's be
Like,
clear here.
are they gonna discuss the zombies?
They're like
Oh,
still
this is
like
not
chained up and like
phase.
reaching out for you, just out of reach, like wanting to clearly eat you but can't. Like,
Also, should we put these guys out of their misery while we're here?
No, they have not attacked us. Go circle back to where, the doubt in your voice about your god.
I could roll an insight on that if you wish me to.
were you lying about any of that, Petra?
About which? The having my god with me part?
Yes.
Yes.
A little bit.
So that's a
Yes.
little bit of a deception versus insight.
Uh-huh.
9.
I'm gonna say because she's not at all confident, she's definitely rolling that with disadvantage. Oh, well, it doesn't matter. Yeah, she's lying about
Yeah.
that, or somewhat lying at the very least. It's not the whole truth, at the
And
very
I mean,
least.
Arissa, you've also encountered something very similar a few days ago, or about a week or so ago, with the Azamar paladin that you
Mhm.
met, who was an oathbreaker. So
Mm.
you were kind of getting some of the same vibes off of this.
I'll just turn to Petra, kind of scoot around, just face her, put my hands on my knees and lean forward.
Why are you without your god?
I'm not?
Do not lie to me, halfling.
Okay. I may have been slightly excommunicated. Only
For what?
mildly excommunicated. It was for nothing major, I assure you. It was
I
for...
hear excuses out of your mouth. What was it?
My friend, you do not need to know.
Lean forward.
I worship a god of death. I need to know.
I assure you, you do not. One of
do
us
not-
here is armed.
I
Do
am
you
armed with
seriously
or
wish to
without my
start a fight
dagger.
here?
I assure you I would win, but go on.
She's not gonna tell you shit.
Arissa
Let's be clear
just-
here.
Arissa folds her hands and uncross her lap and just sighs.
I do not care what you've done. I do not judge for that. Your past is yours, and mine is mine. If you wish to know my misdeeds, that is fine, but whatever you've done is not of consequence to me. It all serves a greater circle.
All you must need to know is that I am still a paladin of honor. Or
And that's all.
that is all you need to know.
I'll reach out and just place a hand on Petra's head and pat it gently.
Then we'll honor that aspect of you, honorable paladin.
And sit back and go back to meditating.
Petra's going to look at the zombies like, I really want to kill you right now.
Do you want to kill these zombies while you're down here?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and do 3 attack rolls. You just have to like at advantage because they are tied up. And yep, and you hit all 3 of them fairly easily, and you can go ahead and roll some damage on those 3 rolls real quick. Cool. 2 of them are a little bit less hefty, and you're able to take them out. The other one, like, despite the fact that you tried to cut off its head or whatever, like, part of it is still kind of hanging, and it's still like,
At least make your attacks clean if you are to kill chain prisoners.
This is an entirely unbalanced weapon, I'll have you know.
I just flip my hand at the last zombie and cast Eldritch Blast on it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Go ahead and just roll to see if you hit. Yep, totally. And, damage, yep, it fizzles out. I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break here, and we will cut to what's going on outside.
Alright.
So, you steal someone's cookies?
No, I didn't steal anyone's cookies.
You stole somebody's cookies, didn't you?
It's the only reason I could think of you being excommunicated.
Uh-huh. Stealing the cookies, Petra. How dare.
I'm kidding. The Melody was there, that's what she would probably accuse you. She'd be like, what?
Arissa honestly just doesn't care if you've killed somebody to get excommunicated or stolen somebody's cookies. She just, like, needs to know where she stands and if
She's
you're
a
gonna kill
very-
her.
I've noticed she's a very curious person, so...
Mm-hmm.
She just needs to know where in the lineup she stands. Because orcs are all about that hierarchy. So she's trying to suss you out. If your honors are higher than hers, then she needs to put you at that honor. But if your honors are lower than hers, then she'll just carry on as she's been carrying on.
Yeah. Only mildly excommunicated. But yeah, Petra has emotional issues.
Oh.
I have emotional issues. Okay.
Arissa will baby the shit out of you.
Arissa likes small
You're gonna end up with a
things.
lot of stab marks.
Alright.
I mean, Arissa likes, her scars, so she'd be okay with that.
Oh dear lord.
Okay, well, we got to outside. This is all kind of happening simultaneously. So, Melody,
The less violent conversation.
the less, hopefully, like, you are standing face to face with this large 9-tailed fox. And she's not in, like, a hybrid form, like, she is, like, a fox, but but she's able to, like, speak in a way, and you kind of, it's sound, but her mouth doesn't move. It's almost like her thoughts are just, like, what's the word, conceptualized into sound, as if she was speaking. Yeah.
So Melody's just, sitting there, just trying to look as harmless as possible. And so she says, "Okay, let's start over. I'm Melody, and you are
Kala.
Ala.
Kala.
Okay, Kala. Good. Sorry, the puppy
Mhm.
started playing next to me. I was like, okay, Kala. Now I can stop calling you sexy mommy unless that's what you prefer. I have no judgment. But this is good. All right. So Kala, obviously you care, about Gesso and Ashi. I'm not trying to say anything negative. It's just there's some stuff that I have found out recently that I think you need to be made aware of in terms of uh, what's going on with Malar and everyone under his domain, which is there seems to be, I don't know who, but someone is hunting the people under Malar, and they are being very successful at their hunting, which is why I'm trying to find Gesso um, to help him not be hunted.
We are prepared for this insurgence. It is why we are providing daughters of Malar to his clerics.
Okay, so you're aware of being hunted.
I am not afraid of these heathens that grow from Yggdrasil's roots.
So you know who's hunting you.
Yes. I've been made aware when I was gifted with my child that there would soon be an insurgence upon the land. Aliens, beings that aren't from here, belong here, angels. We will not give up the domain so easily.
But if it means your survival,
then we shall die.
is that really the future you want for Ashi?
I would prefer that than have her become a tool for these beings.
That's fair. So what exactly is your guys' game plan?
Roll persuasion?
Okay.
A god's power is bolstered by that of his clerics. We make more clerics. He becomes too powerful for the little assassin to take on.
Okay, but I just saw a cleric, and they were dead.
What cleric?
The one back in town obviously worshipped Malar, and is now dead.
Are you talking about the Selrune priest?
Yes. He had a private place to worship Malar, and is now deceased.
Who killed him?
I'm not quite sure.
That's exceptional.
It-
She tilts her head curiously because she rolled a 24.
Okay.
Yeah. And you get the feeling that she's at least aware that you're not telling the whole truth. Do you not know because you weren't there, or because you just do not know their name?
Because I wasn't there. So everything that I'm thinking is just a guess. Which is why we've been traveling to investigate.
Tell me, do you wish for these insurgents to make their mark upon this land and to take away our gods and the balance.
Melody just kind of pauses to think for a little bit, and then she says, honestly, from my point of view, balance is very important. Um, I'm not completely sure exactly what's happening. I just know that there's this war amongst gods and to be gods and everything like that. I made a promise to watch out for Jesso, and that's all I can do is try everything to be peaceful and do my job and make people happy with food and just all of that. So if there is a war, I just want more information. So if I have to pick a side, I can pick the right side.
And what side do you want to be on now? What side are you on now?
Um, the one that doesn't hurt people.
There's like a slight snicker. It's like there will always be innocents who take the brunt when the gods war.
Yes, but for instance, Ashi, she's innocent.
Yes.
So I don't want to be part of a side that takes away the voice of an innocent.
Then it is best you figure out how you can help these parasites from infecting our lands.
I'll look into it.
Go ahead and roll persuasion on that.
Okay.
I unless you're not being truthful.
Oh, no, she's being honest. I mean,
Yeah.
like, Melody she just wants everyone to be happy and eat good food.
Okay. She like the tenseness of her like body settles. And she sits on her hindquarters. Her tails are still kind of flared out, and she speaks with you again. Take your companions and leave me and my daughter. We are safe within this domain.
Can you at least help us find Jesso? Like, any
Is
hint?
he not at his house?
Well, the house that we thought it was got destroyed and it was a mimic. So I think he's in a whole different city.
The closest thing that he might have is an apartment in the city of Vesquay. He will sometimes infiltrate into the city, disguising himself as a pauper.
Okay, thank you so much for your advice. And my full name is Melody Applebride. If you do need my help, just throw out my name. I'll hear about it somehow.
Do not plan on leaving my homestead, but thank you.
So Melody goes back to her companions who are murdering zombies.
Yes, you go in just as like then Eldritch blast to like the last zombie has exploded, and there's just like this look of disappointment on the fox's face. They were incubating livers for me.
Melody looks
They
at
were the undead.
Melody's like, I am so sorry. If we can just get our stuff and we can go, that'd be
It is in the kitchen with Achi.
okay. Thank you again,
I swear to God, if the child tried on my armor.
Petra. Thank you again so much for clearing this all up for me. And hopefully we can find Jesso in time.
Right. She as you guys go back to the house to get your things, she stalks behind you to make sure that you don't pull anything. And then even follows you to the edge of the forest to make sure that you were actually going. sort of thing.
So we're not killing the crazy
No.
fox lady?
Nope, nope, nope.
Huh.
I mean, she could have killed us in our sleep, so she's not crazy.
I'm pretty sure she just wanted to eat our livers.
Yes, but she could have done that in our sleep, but yet we still woke up alive. So I think we should just cut her some slack, and let's go.
Okay. Okay.
Like, you don't want to orphan Ashi, do you?
I would rather Ashi be in
Un-
an orphanage than
no, no,
here.
just Ashi's already in it more than you know. So let's focus. Focus. Let's go. Let's leave.
Is there magical child protective services? Is there magical CPS?
Oh god.
Oh my god. I mean, you could probably talk to somebody in the city about it. It's up to you. Okay. It is the early morning, so if you do decide to leave here peacefully, it will take you like 2/3 of the day to get back to Greymore, where you left your companions were. Looks like Tall might have lost 5 pounds, but it is up to you guys. What do you want to do? Where are you going?
I think we missed the funeral.
Yeah, you did. You missed the funeral. Yeah.
We missed the funeral. While we were in the cellar, can I have taken 10 minutes to pull Jal back
Yeah,
out?
absolutely. You could have taken 10
Cool.
minutes to pull Jal out.
So yeah, Melody will want to go back to town and talk to Maxine about everything that she's learned. So she's gonna go and like have that quick conversation, just like, give Maxine all that information, and
Maxine
that's it.
and Clack are in the shrine, and they are hard at the church. They are hard at work after the funeral. The stuff inside of the church, like any memorial or imagery or idols that what is of Saloon, is her and Clack are thoroughly taking it down. As she is now claiming this church as hers, and she is a cleric of the Angel Serial and the Waning Moon, and so that is what the iconography that she is going to be putting up, sort of thing. And she sort of chirps up as she sees you enter, Melody. I don't know if the rest of you are going with Melody on this. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Petra's also going to leave behind symbols of Palor just because.
Oh. So Melody explains for everyone to hear while also staying away from Clack, as cute as the little thing is, freaks her out. So she explains everything about her conversation with the foxy lady.
And you just left her
Yes.
and the child.
Well, she wasn't gonna leave the area. That was clear.
Still, you can't just have one of those creatures wandering around and making more of them. Can't have that. That'll just bolster Millar's power.
But like, is it really so wrong? Like, Ashi's a child.
And you want her to become a bride of Millar? Is that what I'm understanding?
No, I'm just saying is there a way to give her an option
An option of what?
of choosing what she wants for her life?
I mean, I'm sure there is an option for her to choose, but not as long as she's within the power of that disgusting god and his clerics and her mother.
Okay.
So she's gonna like tilt her head curiously, and her nose is gonna kind of wiggle a bit. So who side are you on, Mrs. Applebread?
Everyone's? For now?
She kinds of chuckle. She chuckles a bit. The transition of power is already happening. You can
I
delay
tried to
and-
convince them.
To Petra putting up a symbol of Palor, like,
There's a moment and she looks over at you, Petra, and she goes, you realize that Palor has already left his domain, correct?
oh, he has? Honestly, I haven't been keeping track.
Yes, he is not. Would you like to make a new oath? However,
Nah, I'm good.
Right.
Yeah.
Melody's just like, I mean, I tried, saying, hey, there's another option, but they're pretty set on what they want to do.
Well,
Just wanted to let you know.
Well, thank you for trying. I'm sure that the gods will take care of that woman as they see
The
fit.
gods are just some random ass angels.
The angels are gods.
Well, not precisely. They're celestial beings, but they're not, exactly gods.
The angels are gods.
That's right, you're talking to a cleric. She knows more than you.
Melody's like, yeah,
Anyways, we should head back to the big city. Reno. I have business there.
Oh,
That's
I
right.
thought
You were to
I
report.
thought everyone wanted to go after Kevin real quick.
Kevin's a big boy. He can figure it out himself.
Like, Kevin's an adult. He's fine.
I was like, I just thought that was what everyone voted last time.
Was that what y'all were doing? Were y'all gonna go after Kevin? Was that the
Yeah, and we got distracted by a cow.
That seems about right.
We were on our way to the other city where Kevin went, and then there was a cow, and then we went for the cow.
We can send a letter, Melody, to Kevin.
He is the postman, after all.
The postmen are important.
Mhm.
Yes. But I've been tasked with a job, and I would like to finish it.
I'm down for finishing jobs.
Fantastic. It involves baking.
Now I'm confused.
It's a gift. I'm supposed to make a small apple tart for a priest as a thanks for their job.
A priest of whom?
Who was the priest to again? Saloon?
A saloon, yeah.
Yeah.
Saloon.
Cool. I mean,
I
yeah.
will
Sounds-
need your help, Melody. I
Oh.
am not the best baker.
Oh, I mean, sure. Melody's like never been asked by Arissa before to bake, so she's a little like weirded out. She's like, oh yeah, we just have to go there because it's best when it's fresh.
Of course.
I suppose that's where we're headed then.
Well, I don't think Jess was over there, but I guess I can take a small detour.
I mean, it's a pretty big detour to get back to Reno.
Yeah.
But I mean, at the same time, like, you guys go where you guys want to go. So there's 3 of you here, so it's your decision on the hook that you want to take.
I mean, like, So like from Melody's point of view, she's like pretty determined to find Jesso because she made a promise to Frederick, you know. Um, but if the rest of the party wants to go somewhere else, then that's where she's gonna go too.
Okay. So you guys are going to decidingly spend the night in Greymore again, though, I'm assuming?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Um,
That's a good
y'all,
idea.
as you leave the church, where do you guys go? The tavern?
Probably the tavern.
Okay.
Petra's going to the tavern immediately.
Okay. As you guys go into the tavern, you all sort of immediately feel a little woozy. There's this change in air pressure almost around you inside of this tavern. What do you do? It's very suffocating and oppressing.
Help, I'm being repressed. Wait.
I'll turn to Petra. Isn't this your domain, Paladin?
Yep, it usually would be. I'm gonna draw my sword and try and see if there are any fiends. Or undead. Or possibly celestials, you never know.
Alright, you
Yeah,
draw
sense
your
divinely.
sword in the tavern and you cast your divine sense. You sense a celestial.
Reveal yourself.
As
Melody
I'm just
kinda
going to
lowers.
yell into the tavern.
Melody lowered herself to the ground, like like the same concept of like smoke, where like you have to stay like below to breathe better. That's kind of where she's at right now mentally.
As you scream, reveal yourself, and you're looking around, go ahead and roll me perception. All of you, you can all roll me perception. Alright, as your friends are frantic, Arissa, and you're kind of able to... Oddly enough, like, this feels actually familiar to you, in a sense. And it doesn't shake you the same way that it's doing everyone else. And you're looking around, looking to see if there's anyone that you don't recognize from this town, right? And kind of standing out like a sore thumb, you see sitting at the bar, what looks to be a woman who has sleek black hair. She's dressed in like a skin tight outfit, like with wrappings around her hands and feet. And as Petra yells this, she sort of turns and looks in your direction, and her eyes and her skin, she's very Japanese coded. Let's start with that. But her eyes don't seem to have like a pupil to them. They're like almost like this gradient slate color that just goes from like light to dark of like the same color. And she puts a copper on the table for her drink that she had, which just looks like it might have been hot cider. And like she sort of stands up and seemingly like walks up to you all. Excuse me, I must pass.
I bow my head and step aside and kind of just gesture towards the door respectfully.
And who might you be again?
A traveler.
That's very non-specific.
I'll look to Petra.
You have your secrets, and she has hers.
Yeah, but I get the feeling her secrets might be significantly more dangerous than my own.
Melody just
Her-
kind of offers her a cookie. Would you like a cookie before you go?
She bows her head. She's like, I no longer require food, but I am grateful for the gift.
Melody just kind of nods, like looks away.
No longer. What manner of creature are you, precisely?
That is a hard question to answer, because I am not sure anymore myself. She takes a bite of the cookie. This is delicious.
Melody's like, thanks. And then she looks at Petra like, you don't just ask people what they are. It's rude.
Well, if they're not immediately obvious, you gotta figure out the right pronouns, right? Right?
She, her.
Let's just say, Petra, should you question this further, I will defend her secrets.
You're all very excessive. Okay. I mean,
Good night.
I'm very curious. But I mean,
as soon as she'll walk past all of you, take a moment, look at Arissa from behind. Be careful of that dog. And walks into the night.
well, that's weird.
Melody looks at Arissa. Have you been hiding a dog?
Look down at Melody.
Yes, it is a little Yorkie. Those little blonde ones. I was hoping to get one for your birthday.
Aw, thanks. Oh,
Roll
thank goodness for a
deception?
second. Melody's just like, for a second, like she thought that maybe like Arissa stole Patrick.
Versus
Also,
your
if I just been
insight?
insulted, I'm confused.
My insight? Hold on. I can figure this out. I'm a smart cookie.
I'm pretty sure you're just a tasty cookie.
You know what? I'll take it. Hold on. Is it my? It's not my passive wisdom, is it?
No, it's your insight.
Yeah.
I have a 1 next to it.
Click it. You do not. She is lying to you. She's not giving you a cute Yorkie.
You know, but it's Arissa. Melody won't think
But
to herself. She won't think twice about what Arissa says.
Yeah, she
They've been
not
through so
one.
much
You
together.
believe the shit out of her. Jesus Christ. You're just like, you're getting a puppy for your birthday and you are excited.
Yep.
Petra, you can roll an insight to see if she's lying or not.
Oh, no. I'm just gonna take it for the truth and be like, oh yeah, it's a hellhound. Actually.
It's clearly a hellhound.
It's clearly a hellhound. This angelic being has confirmed it.
Melody's just excited because she's like, why wouldn't Arissa get her a pet? Why not?
Unfortunately, Yorkies are hard to come by, so I had to opt out of a different pet entirely.
That's fine. I appreciate you even just thinking about my birthday. Thank you so much.
Of course.
Alright. Is there
Is it your
anything-
92nd or?
Marissa just ducks out of the way.
If you kill the paladin, let me know.
Halfling ages are not the same as human ages too, so.
I was like, she's in half. She's a half elf, so it's a fair question. But no, she is. She's in her 40s. So, but she doesn't look like it. But that's where she's at.
A half elf in her 40s is equivalent to their 20s, so. Yeah, it's like you hit 21 and you stopped aging for like the next 20 years, and then you'll start aging again pretty soon. Like,
That's probably why she like completely believed Arissa, because Arissa would know that she's almost gonna start growing again.
yeah.
So it's like, of course, this birthday, you know.
This is the birthday I get the puppy. Like, of course, absolutely.
Now that you've reached the age of half-elven responsibility.
Do you guys have anything you want to do before you pack in for the night and sleep? Tall and Mal are handling their own room together. So, or Farissa and Melody would like to bunk together. If Petra wants to bunk with them or get her own room, she is welcome to do that.
Arissa's just gonna stay there until like majority of the patrons are out of the tavern. So she'll wait.
Melody's going to bed. She's had a stressful day. Lots of conversations and you know, almost turning into a werefox, you know,
I don't think that was a werefox. I think it was a more inherently evil version of a werefox.
well, it's definitely not a were tanuki, so she's going. She's going to bed.
Nice.
Petra is going to change into regular people clothes instead of heavy armor and go drinking.
All right. You're probably drinking by yourself, I'm assuming.
Probably.
Okay. Everyone else is going to bed. The Greymore Bin, Petra, doesn't stay open bar-wise and past midnight because it's such a small town, and the one half-orc is the only one that owns it. But at some point, you get an elf sit next to you at the bar, and they have with them a pot with a bonsai tree in it.
Can I help you, Mr. Tree Man?
They, my name is, what is their fucking name? Ellis, and they're half elfish. Listen, I noticed that you were enjoying the finer tastes of Greymore, and they're about to close. I was wondering if you wanted to partake in some of the other finer tastes of Greymore. I am quite the botanist.
I fail to see where you're going with this.
I'm inviting you to come drink and get high with me at my house.
I suppose this is what happens when you actually leave the church. I would love to.
Ah, cool, excellent. I'm so excited. This is Lily, and they're gonna hand you the bonsai tree. She's yours
You
now.
named your tree.
All of my trees, of course.
Never mind. I'm going to bed. I clearly have had too much to drink.
Oh, all right. Well, I thought I'd offer. And as the Jade, the barkeep, and the Dragonborn named Fossil kind of close everything down, you're issued back to your room. I guess in the night, everyone, you are sleeping safely, but Petra, you're still gonna be awake, but everyone make me perception checks at disadvantage.
What do we get murdered by in the hotel?
Ooh.
Oh.
Not you,
I
'cause
rolled
you're
a 20.
awake. Yeah, you're awake, so you get the 18. 15. And Arissa got a 6. So Petra, As you were
Job rolled a 4.
go to your room, it's a little hot, so maybe you open a window. You know, to let some fresh air in. And as you do that, you hear the sound of a cowbell outside.
Nope. I'm just closing my window.
Do you go tell any of your friends?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm just closing my window. It's like, I'm having none of this.
You're gonna sweat
no more of this
profusely
shit.
in the night. The fire is keeping you quite warm. So
I'm used to wearing heavy armor. I'll be fine.
you all wake up the next morning, rested, but to the sound of a commotion outside.
Melody's
Grumbling
gonna
as
rush
I-
outside.
Petra's gonna open her door and yell out to the rest of the party, "Hey, I'll be a few minutes. Gotta strap on my armor." And then is going to close the door and start putting on her armor.
Melody's going straight outside.
Oh, Melody.
So Melody and Arissa, you guys go outside, and there's Achi sleeping against her cow, but kind of stirring awake now on the steps of the bar. And the mayor is with her, where the rest of the town seems to be going in the direction of the temple. There goes my neat one.
Melody kneels down to Achi and is just like, "Sweetie, why are you not at home?
She looks around. Where am I?
You're in town. You're not home."
Where's Mommy?
I don't know. You're here. Is there like, can I investigate to see if there's any like signs of Mama Fox?
Well, you do know a lot of people are going in the direction of the temple. I did say that.
So Melody just kind of looks back at Achi and is like,
Why don't you go inside as I hand her my pseudo dragon?
Yeah.
This is Zhao. He'll keep you company.
Ciao.
she likes savory things. So just like,
The mayor
know.
nods. We'll
And-
get you some breakfast, sweetheart, as she kind of helps the child into the bar, the tavern. And this
Yeah.
is Petra when you sort of come down and see this child with Mayor Wendy.
Melody will tie the rope that is probably with Petunia to like a pole or something, so Petunia doesn't wander off.
I'm gonna do a quick bio again.
How do we want to play this?
Melody is like, she's like, I just hope that I didn't get her killed.
A few
Could you
moments
li-
later, Petra's gonna come downstairs. Hi, what's happening? Ah, the cow. Right. What
Yeah.
exactly is happening?
Achi's
Achi's
No.
inside. Achi's inside, and we don't know where her mom is, but everyone else is heading that way, and I have a feeling that's where she is.
Could you live
We
with
should have
yourself?
smitten her when we had the chance. Does anyone have any water, perhaps? My
Just
head's
push
killing me
my-
right now.
Water skin to your chest.
Drink it all.
Thanks. Going to drink all your water.
It's alcohol.
Oh no.
I gave you my wine. I took the other skin and give you a different one.
You know what? I'll ask someone else.
Melody's just like, hopefully, hopefully. Like, she's like, not, she's completely ignoring what is happening there. And she's just like, please tell me I didn't get her killed. Please tell me I didn't get her killed. Like, situation.
Pat Melody gently on the back before heading towards the church.
Okay. There is a crowd gathered at the steps, and you can sort of hear Maxine and Clack trying to kind of push the crowd away. It's like, do not worry, we are equipped to handle this, I promise. Her octave going up a little higher than she is when she's alone with all of you. And as you guys kind of like weave through the crowd, you see the body of Kala. Her entire body is intact. She is mostly naked. Her, something that's very obvious is there's almost like a handprint burned onto her face. And most of her entire face almost seems like it's been fried off.
Just shove a couple of the patrons aside and go up to her and just look to our little canoe keeper and say, "Is this normal for Millar to reject their patrons?"
She's going to look up at you and she goes, "This isn't Millar."
"Is it your god then?"
"It's not my god either."
Melody's just kind of like she's like kneeling down next to the body, like saying sorry, 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 like nonstop.
This is, as she looks down, this is the work of death itself.
Of whom? Whom again?
Death. The angel of death.
Ah. The angel of death.
Yes.
Okay.
He is in charge of the Order of the Black Dog. It is who they worship. I told you that Millar's clerics were in jeopardy if they do not convert. There is a fail-safe, and she looks down. I just didn't realize that she was here doing it.
No. I see.
Melody just looks over like, can we at least give her a funeral?
I can provide that for her, yes.
Honor her in the customs of Millar, if you can.
I can't do that. It is heresy.
Then
And I might. She motions to this body. And if you look a little bit closer, you can even see, like, bruising on her chest as if she was hit, like, with bare fist before her face was burned off. And you can do a further medicine check if you guys want to. Or an arcana check, or even...
Yeah, the same.
Ooh. With that 20 arcana, like, that mark is very similar to what you've seen someone with a very, very strong, shocking grasp can do.
I get the feeling our celestial friend from Yester Eve was perhaps at fault for this particular outcome. Probably wasn't just a murder.
If the gods choose to take this life, then they choose to take it. Who are we to argue against it?
I find that the gods decide very little.
You'll find that my god decides everything. It is not your fault, Melody. It was simply her time.
Melody just kind of nods, and then like realizes that they have to tell Achi.
Well, the real question is who's going to take care of Achi now.
Melody looks at Arissa. Can we take care of Achi?
She starts to say something, then pauses.
We can raise a child as a group, yes. We are, after all, a clan of family. We shall raise this child as one of our own.
Yay!
But you would teach her to fight, Melody, as she is your reward.
Okay.
I feel as though having someone else teach you how to fight might be a little bit more effective. No offense, Melody, but your fighting skills are not necessarily top notch, though your cooking is.
Oh, thanks. Oh. And Melody like pauses. She's like, wait. She's like, it's
Melody's fighting is peculiar and unique, and we depend on it. Never forget that, Petra.
Moving
Go
on.
tell the child we are their new mother. All of us.
We're
Well,
all
we're
this
not one
child's
being.
mom.
fine. Yep.
Also, are we all female? Wait.
Yes.
Except for Kane. Like, Kane is the only one who's not female.
Yep.
Okay.
Orc raise their children as a communal process, so we are all her mother.
Just like how we're all married to Jesso.
We are not married to Chesto, the slime.
Okay. I thought we were. I'm very confused.
We
It's
are
because-
angry at him.
Oh.
Yeah,
Are
that's
we?
fair. Well, I mean, what kind of pervert is engaged to a child? Who is now our child, by the way, so we need to have a full conversation with him about this.
Chesto will understand his place if he wishes to do such horrible things. We will end it before it starts.
Yeah, he needs to know that he is married to Arissa, and only Arissa. Arissa. No one else. So Melody's gonna turn to Maxine and say, there is a child, but like low enough that like the people like looking can't hear.
And she has keen hearing, so she can definitely hear at your lowest of whispers. So.
Okay, cool. So she
Yes,
lets Maxine know.
Oh, a child. Uh-huh.
Yes. If there is someone hunting, obviously there's someone hunting those of Malar. How can we keep the child safe?
I'm gonna go ahead and roll me an insight real quick. You like you can all kind of roll insights. The child was brought here safely.
So the child's not in danger. Achi's not
It
in
doesn't
danger.
seem like the child is in immediate danger of whoever assassinated her mother.
Not yet, anyway.
I think it's because they are not of Malar's sway.
Not yet, anyway.
Well,
They
as
will
long-
choose a different god.
we just have to take care of her and watch over her, right? That's hopefully
You are
she'll
all
make the right
adventurers.
decisions.
Are you sure you want to be dragging a child and her cow around with you? I am capable
Yes.
of watching her if that is the case.
No. We will watch her and her cow.
Okay, if that's what you want to do.
Sometimes the safest place is surrounded by the greatest danger.
Okay.
Petra.
A half-drunk paladin.
Melody just looks at Maxine and says, "It's the least I can do."
A half-drunk
For
hungover
Kala.
paladin is the most dangerous paladin.
Oh
I'll have you
gosh.
know.
It's like it's for Melody, it's the like watching over like Achi is the least she can do like for Kala. So that's where she's
Well,
at.
if you believe that it's your responsibility to take this child, then I'm not going to argue. I would just be very careful that you don't become a target of. She looks down, and she looks at the hand, and like looks at both of her hands. The right hand of death, it seems. What?
I would not worry.
Oh, okay.
I assure you we can take care of ourselves.
Oh, I believe you. You're quite
Melody's
capable.
like, Melody's like, if I feel like she can't be with us anymore, I'll definitely bring her to you.
Okay. And I think, kind of with that, we're going to end early since we do have a short we're short on cast members and the whole like traveling. It's like, oh, you guys travel more on the road and do some perceptions. I would rather do that with everybody here.
Yeah.
So I think unless there's more role play situations going on between the three of you, we'll go ahead and wrap up if that's cool.
Yep. Wrapping up sounds good.
Yeah, I'm fine with wrapping up. I was like, I can break the news to Achi later.
That sounds like a plan. All right. Well, thank you everyone for coming and showing up. It was fun. This has been looking for an opportunity to introduce my best girl, and this seems like the time to do it. Who that best girl is, I'm not. There was at least 3 or 4 girls that were introduced here. So
It's Petunia.
it's definitely Petunia. So I had a really great time. As far as the rest of the week as the channel, later on tonight you can catch us at 6 p.m. PST where we'll be playing Revenge of the Gith, and then we're not back on until Monday where you can catch us with some Blades in the Dark, and then we're taking next Wednesday off because it's Canada Day!
Yay,
And,
Canada! Wait, what?
Also, we are not playing Pathfinder tomorrow. We'll be making up on the 2nd, next Thursday, because Mama's got to get her hair done. It physically hurts being on my head. It probably weighs about 4 pounds. I'm not shitting you guys. That's what happens when you have indigenous hair. It's just, it's heavy. It's very heavy, and it gives me headaches. But the rest of you, where can we find you on the internet in the next 7 days and all of that good stuff? And we will go backwards with our good friend, Omega.
Yes. So I will be on the internet. I've got ye old Twitter. Once I actually get a working capture card, I'll be streaming XCOM because it finally got released to the Switch, and the Switch can actually handle it, unlike my crappy computers. So that'll be fun.
Nice.
That's where you'll find me. Other than that, please don't try and find me in person. That's all.
Don't dox you. We got it.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Thank you. Michi.
Hi, I'm Michi. You can find me pretty much everywhere, social media, and here on Twitch as Witty Michi. I stream pretty much every day. Other than that, I think that's pretty much it. I do. Is it okay if I promote an event for next week?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so on the 29th, I am doing a talk show type thing, which is also a charity event. We're raising money for the Trevor Project. So.
Queens.
Your project's a good project.
It's very good. Yes, Jen.
Hi, I'm Jen. You can find me here every Wednesday every other Wednesday as a player, and every other Thursday as a DM, where I take people through my homebrew campaign, The World of Ashenville, and we have Val there as one of my players. So it's great times over there. And every Tuesday and Thursdays now, we've dropped Sundays just to accommodate people a bit better. Over at the Hype Goblins channel, where I play Anthony Silverhorn. He's a barbarian artificer. He's gonna lose his head. That's the gist of it. And once every month,
Dead
over
barbarians.
at Indoor Adventures channel, where I play Beltane Hawthorne, the mobster fae right hand gunner for a very powerful vampire mob.
All right. Excellent. Thank you, everyone. We are just going to go ahead and sign off because we have such a small, like, the numbers on Twitch right now are a little skewed. So, and I can't even see my following list right now. So, with that, everyone just wave goodbye.